owe me some money. So
Hey, I
Uh-oh.
told the
Uh-oh.
same thing, Big Joe. Now, hey, it's been good
Don't play
seeing
with the
John
coin.
Lewis.
say what? Say what? Say what? Freddie.
They changed the name of Bill Graves to John Lewis.
What?
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
John
right.
Lewis. That's
So I
right.
know.
Yeah,
John Lewis.
Hey,
John Lewis.
hey,
Yeah, it's
you
all
know I
good.
ain't gonna
Hey,
ask
you
for the
may
money
get
then.
paid now. Yeah, all right.
No.
Yeah.
This is John Lewis now. I'm gonna act right.
Yeah, John Lewis Hall now. All right, good.
Wow.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, man.
Cool, man. All right. Hey, you in the stadium or you out front?
I am actually in the film room,
Oh, okay. Cool,
but
cool, cool.
I can actually walk over to
Oh,
the
you're
stadium.
good. Hey,
I thought it was gonna be a little. When I was down there early, it was a little noisy. It's fan day, and I was on the sideline, and it was,
oh, you're all
you
good, man.
know, yeah,
You're
yeah.
all good. All right, we're gonna
Hmm.
roll. Count it down. Three. Let me make sure everybody got echo cancellation. Vi, turn your echo cancel. Well, you can't be changed right now, but I think you should be good, Vi. You're good to go. All right, count it
You
down.
sure?
3, 2, and 1. All right. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Oh,
Welcome to episode 283 of This Is the G Podcast. Yes, yes, yes.
all right.
Oh, yeah. We're your weekly recap podcast. We do news, politics, pop culture, and the tea, and you are following us on Spotify. If you are not, please find a way to follow us on Spotify. Look up This Is the G Podcast. Follow. Do it today. It is me, Tommy B, Vi. Tanya B is in the building. Talib is back.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
All
ask
right.
which reunion tour this is this week, but thanks for coming back, y'all. We appreciate it. And we got a guest. We got an opening act here.
Uh-oh.
It's not the real Bootsy, but it's the Bootsy,
Steve
second Bootsy.
Boosie.
Hey, Freddie Bootsy Thomas, y'all give it up for Freddie Thomas. So Bootsy, were you named
Booty.
after Bootzilla, or who were you named after for
I
Bootsy,
was
man?
at it was primarily Boots Sillen. That's right. When I was in probably seventh, eighth grade, man, I used to walk around, hey, Boots the Rubber Band and all that stuff, and it sort of stuck with me. You know, your childhood name, that kind of stuff. And then one of my friends, Willie Durham, he said, "Hey, Bootsy Collins," and then it just somehow it stuck on that because I was like my Rebel Band man. You know, I was a little
I
animated
would
with that
love
stuff
to
and
see
all
a
that
picture.
stuff, and it actually stuck with me. And then um, my junior high school coach, he started calling Boucher, Boucher. He didn't say Bootsy, he said Boucher.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just stuck with me there. So that was it. I thought it was pretty cool when I found out about Bootsy Collins and Bootsy Rebel Band. So it stuck with me, and oh man, it's there today.
That's what's up, man. And Tanya B, that's even more reason for you to get Bootsy on the show. The
Yeah,
original, the
absolutely.
Hey,
originator.
I'm just waiting for
Boozilla.
Miss
Yeah.
Patty to call me back. Trust me, I'm working on
All
it. Trust me,
right.
I'm working on a few things. Yes,
I
sir.
got you. I
Yes,
got you.
sir.
Make it
Boozilla, baby.
happen. Make it happen.
Yeah.
So
Boozilla,
so
baby.
Bootsy's with us today. And again, we got a partnership with the Tailgaters, man. And again, thank you for working with us this year on the scholarship ball that's coming up in November 1st. But man, I asked you on today because the Troy Clemson game last week, it pulled me in. I'm watching the score and I'm like, damn, they gonna beat Clemson? Because at the beginning of the year, I'm talking like Clemson might be the natty, might win the natty,
Yeah.
right? So what were your thoughts, man? You were there in Clemson. What were your thoughts when y'all were watching this game?
Let me tell you. I think we actually Troy actually dominated the first half. Dominated the first half. We took the opening drive. Believe it or not, we drove the ball about 70, 80 yards down and scored. We up 7-0, and then we held them. They punted. Well, then we had a rain delay. So second drive had a rain delay, and it came out after the rain, an hour-long rain delay,
Hmm.
and then we came out and we put up. So at the half, it was 16-3. And I'm like, man, this something's going on right here. And at the beginning of the second half, we got the ball, we started driving, and then we had to punt. And then, oh man, I'm going to use the term all hell broke loose after that side. And we just started making mistakes and things like that. And so within a period of about 8 minute span, Clemson was up 20 to 16, and it sort of took us out of our game plan. But the guys played really, really hard. And I'll say this right here: once the final zeros hit the scoreboard, Clemson knew they had been in a dogfight with Troy.
Yeah.
On that. So it was a lot closer than I thought it would be going in. You know, we talked a few weeks ago about that, and I told you, hey, we don't necessarily show up for a payday; we show up to win. And we started off to get that win, and unfortunately we let it slip away. But the guys played very, very hard in there. And matter of fact, I talked to Coach Parker, who is Troy head coach, via text message on Monday. I said, "Hey, Coach, let me tell you one thing. You set the bar out there this past weekend. So going forward, we don't need to lose anymore."
Put him on it, man.
He said, I said, hey, going forward, we want to know every game.
And real quick, do you think the delay killed the momentum?
Yes, it did. It did. By being right there in the stadium, Tommy, it was one of those things like, oh, man, you know, we took the opening drive, we went down, we scored. Then we held them 3 and out, and they punted the ball. We're about to get the ball on about the 45, 46-yard line going in. And then they say, oh, this siren comes on. That's a weather alert. You stop it.
Yeah.
So guess who had the advantage at that time? Clemson. They got a whole hour to just, hey, let's start all over again. Otherwise, if you don't have that rain delay, you never know what happens. But I feel like when you have the momentum on your side, a lot of things happen. And so that rain delay, it wasn't a determining factor, but it did play a point in it.
And I'm watching Vi's here. Vi's like, no, it did. But I'm watching it, and I really, come on, Vi.
I say that because we won the half. If it had happened in the third quarter, I would agree. But we kept on playing good all the way to the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
that's the only why I said that, man.
All right. So real quick, Clemson, man. You know that when I was talking to you when we did the one-on-one, you know, right. I was saying Clemson was the sleeper. I don't think they are anymore, by the way.
No, I think they've been exposed.
Yeah, they've been exposed. So with them being weak or exposed as being weak, who do you think is the real team to beat? Now, Vi, you go on mute.
Well, you know, let me tell you. I was watching Sports Center this morning, game day rather, and Coach Saban's picked out South Florida. South Florida is a sleeper.
What?
You know, South Florida is a sleeper. They beat 2 ranked teams coming out of that thing right now. But you know, South Florida being in a conference, if you're not in the SEC or the Big Ten, you know, you're not there. But right now, I'm gonna go and say Michigan.
Really?
They have one loss. Yeah, Michigan. You know.
Okay.
I think they're ready for the cooking. They got this quarterback. I was reading a true freshman quarterback. Man, he is the real deal there. So I think if they get it,
they call him the Wall Street quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. Because they just did 6 figures with it. You know, 8 figures.
He got Wall Street money.
Yes.
Yeah, he just got paid this past week, man. This guy's, you know, 18-year-old kid making that kind of money, man. It's just unreal. Yeah. But I think with the NIL, it's just, man, it's going to get out of hand there if it hadn't already got out of hand. I'm all for players earning, because anytime the university can make millions of dollars on a Saturday afternoon or any day now, on the backs of these players, they got to have it. But, you know, you got one guy making $7-8 million and you got another guy making $200 or $300 a game, you know. It's a big difference there. So I think there's some if they regulate it, it's fine. If not, it's going to get out of hand. But I'm all for them. Hey, make the money, man.
Yeah, make the money. Hey, man, you know, I know Vi's going to say UGA, and quite frankly, the way everybody's been falling. I mean, you know, Kirby. Well, you know, there was some criticism about Kirby and what was the team they played last week? Austin P. Yeah, they were kind of sluggish.
They deserve
it. Yeah. And
I'm just hoping they holding back to the SEC game.
Okay.
We'll know that. We'll find out today.
All right.
We'll find out today because Rocky Top is in town, right?
Oh yes.
No, we in Tennessee.
Okay.
We'll find out today.
All right, so
I actually don't think
yeah, go ahead.
no one's favorite right now.
Okay.
It's
Well,
anybody
go
game right
ahead,
now.
man. Go
It's
ahead, Vi. I
anybody
mean,
game. I think it's anybody game right now.
okay.
Go Vols.
This is the Morehouse guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a toss up there. Yeah, absolutely.
So we did the college football, and by the way, y'all, Freddie Thomas is on. Everybody calls him Bootsy. Freddie
Yeah.
Bootsy Thomas. From Troy, All-American, and he's in the Troy Hall of Fame as well. Moving away from college, man, I got to ask you because I am an avid fantasy football player. I love fantasy football. So you're gonna help me out with this, man. Mahomes went down. Lamar went down in a bad way with the defense. As a matter of fact, if you had a fantasy football team with the Ravens defense, you pretty much lost
You're right.
because they had a -7. Josh Allen rose. So considering, Buffalo's history, 4 Super Bowls without winning one, 4 appearances, do you think this is their year? Plus they got a new stadium coming. You think they're going to win it this year?
Well, let me tell you, I recall those days when Buffalo, they went 4 or 5 times, 4 times.
4 in a row.
Didn't even get there. Yeah. And it's just like, man, if there was any bad luck, Buffalo was the recipient of that bad luck there. And I would say if it's not their time, boy, I'm pulling it for it to be their time.
Yeah.
I think, because I was watching that game Monday night, and I'm like, okay, the Ravens have took care of this thing here.
Yeah.
And next thing
I went to bed.
Like,
I went to bed, Bootsy. I was asleep.
Yeah. I'm thinking these guys are won. And then I walked back into our family room and the TV. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And but you can't count Josh Allen. That guy, he's a baller. He's a baller. You can't count him out. He somehow finds a way to make plays. And that sucker is tough as nails, man.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So I think Buffalo is there, but like I told you a few weeks ago, Baker, I'm a Raiders guy, so
Okay.
I'm still pulling for the Raiders. Just have a good season, but Buffalo is that. I think the Chiefs probably done ran the course. I think Patrick and those guys, I think they run the course on that.
So the Falcons. So no, nothing on the Falcons and
Nah.
Young Way Cool.
The Falcons are one of those teams that I'm going to pull for them when they're playing.
Yeah.
But you never know what you're going to get at the end of the game.
Yeah. So Bootsy, you in Birmingham, right?
Right. That's correct.
Do Birmingham people like the Falcons? Do they follow the Atlanta Falcons? Because Birmingham is under 2 hours away from the ATL?
We're a couple hours away. Yeah, a couple hours
So
away.
do people watch? I mean, is that the favorite team for Birmingham?
No, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Birmingham is a college town. I mean, everybody in Birmingham, everybody. I'm a Troy guy. I'm the only person in my neighborhood that's probably flying a Troy flag on your lawn.
Yeah.
And Birmingham is strictly Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, man. It's just all that right there. They'll just oh boy, they get a little perturbed there. I'll say once the Alabama lose, like when they lost to Florida State. I mean, these guys are like, hey, let's do. They wanted to hang the coach or something. I'm like, wait a minute, guys, what are you talking about? It's just a ball game. And Florida State was not a pushover.
Yeah, so true. But I think Alabama's coach is hanging himself. So.
Oh yeah. You look at that, but. The best thing I do, I tell them, okay, go ahead, look at his buyout. Y'all want to get rid of him.
Yeah, so true. Hey, man, last question I got for you, Freddie. I'm going to let you go to the game because you are at the game. As we tape, Troy taking on Memphis. Man, the Tailgaters, November 1st, you guys are doing the Western thing. You're doing the Cowboy Carter thing, right? What's up?
Yeah, man.
So what can we look? Well, I like the fact that I can come in with the cowboy hat. I can't wear jeans.
Can't wear jeans.
But I can go. Come on, Tanya B. We can go Western upscale.
Yeah,
what
it's called
day is this now?
Dressy Western.
What's it called?
Dressy Western. Dressy Western.
Dressy Western.
Dressy Western. Well, yeah, this is our annual alumni scholarship ball. And this ball for the last, this is going to be our 12th year of doing this. And all the proceeds go to funding our alumni scholarship. So we're having a Western. You know, everybody talking about boots on the ground, that kind of stuff, but it's going to be more dressy Western. But it's still going to have that caveat in there when it comes to that piece of it. So we're looking forward to it. We want everybody to come out and support Trojan Tailgaters in our major fundraiser, which is our Alumni Scholarship Ball. And that'll be held on homecoming weekend. That'll be Saturday. That will be November the 1st. And we normally kick it off from 8 to about midnight.
Excellent,
so it'll
man.
be right here on campus. And Tommy, I can't say enough for you being one of our sponsors on that. And guys, it really means a lot when we get sponsors to commit to our ball. So,
Man, I'm family, bro.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And
Me and Vaughn, we fam.
Yeah. And if they can just support us, go online at TrojanTailgaters.com and get the information on our ball.
Excellent,
So, yeah,
man.
appreciate it.
I know things are sounding kind of. It's starting to get kind of noisy, man. Game is, and keep us posted on the game, bro. Good luck to Troy
All right.
and Memphis. You know, take Memphis out this week, and
Yeah,
I appreciate you jumping on, man. I appreciate you jumping
Yeah.
on.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, man.
All right.
Thank you for everything, and I'll say hi to the guys from Tommy B.
Yeah. Say hello to the fellas, and definitely, man. Give Debo my best and your fam. Y'all keep doing your thing.
Absolutely.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good day.
All right,
Thanks.
take care.
Bye-bye.
All right now. Yeah, yeah.
Bootsy.
Y'all give it up. Y'all
Everybody,
give it up
come
for
on.
Freddie.
Bootsy. Hey, what? Bootsy. We want Bootsy. You know what I'm talking about, Tommy B.
Oh yes.
I guess all
yes.
y'all know that, yeah. From
Oh,
Bootsy.
what?
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you. And you know, I was close to Freddie's age, right? I mean, if you were, and I really hope you get Bootsy on the show. And y'all understand this because for teenage boys, Bootsy helped us move positively. When it came down to talking to the
Really?
late. Oh yes, munches
Oh,
for your
baby
love.
Bubba. Mhm.
Munches.
I'd rather
What?
be with you. Remember
I'd
that?
rather be with you.
I'd rather be with you.
Telephone bill.
Oh, ah! No, you
You
didn't. You
know,
went there.
come on now, Tanya
Yeah,
B.
that's true.
Hey, go ahead, Vi.
know.
You muted. You muted, Vi. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
That was when I had my fake ID, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's move on.
Go ahead,
Love me
Vi.
some Booster. Next to Parliament, Booster was
Oh
the
yes,
man.
yeah. For
Boozilla,
teenage,
baby.
for guys our age, man, it was like the rap to the chick, rap to the
There you
girls.
go. He was
Bible. Talib, come on now. You
wanna
slightly
be
younger,
with
but I know
you.
you know. I know you know about that,
Oh,
Talib.
wait.
Come on.
I wanna be
Yeah,
with
I
you.
was only 7 or 8 when
Oh,
when
man.
Bootsy What's a Star came out. So you know what I mean.
Oh,
And
Lord.
so, but the big deal was cutting those glasses out and wearing them,
Yes.
and then getting
Oh,
in
yeah.
trouble. And then getting in trouble because I was not. That was the only set of glasses that came with it, and it was like once you ruined that, you know, the album cover was tore up, and you know it was terrible. So
Was that
but
was
yeah,
the Player of the Year album, right? Was that the Player of the Year album?
yeah, exactly,
Oh yes.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
Bootsy was.
Booster was the man.
Man, that Pinocchio theory. Oh,
Ooh,
come on now.
they know.
And that voice, it was just it was different. Boozilla,
Yes.
baby.
Yeah, but I don't think he gets enough credit for the ballads. Like, what was the song in Our Sleep?
No.
I forgot the name of that one, the exact title, but yeah. But welcome back, y'all. Man, Tanya B is back in the building.
Back in town, back in the city. Yeah.
Yes, back in the city.
You know, and
What's up, Tanya B? What's going on? What's going on?
you
with
know,
you?
just preparing for the Sweet Autumn Festival, and next week I return to the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, so I won't be here.
Good stuff.
So I'll be in the loo looking for some barbecue.
Excellent. Talib is back in the building. Talib.
Yes.
Yes.
Lincoln Tech, Lincoln Tech, Lincoln Tech.
Talib is at work.
Gotta get that overtime, baby. Gotta get that overtime.
Thanks for getting in, man. We appreciate you. Country commentators in the building, yes.
Yeah, thank you.
As we tape. Now, wait a minute. I hope I didn't pull you away, man. What time's the game? Because as we tape on Saturday morning. So as
My game don't come on at 3:30.
Yeah, that's gonna be the game. What are your
That's gonna be
thoughts,
the
man?
game.
Because Bucci kind of alluded to it, and Talib has made his thoughts known.
It
What are
depends
your
on
thoughts?
what team show. If Georgia because I actually think Georgia been playing that vanilla offense.
Yeah, they don't want to
But that-
expose anything.
Right. But it's all about the quarterback. Because that
Yeah.
defense Georgia got, people, like the guy said, a lot of company came back and said, after once they game, they said, people sleeping on Georgia because that defense they got,
Yeah,
that defense ain't no joke. We go too deep with no downside.
yeah,
They
for
all play
sure.
great. So, if Tennessee can't run that ball,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
Yes, agreed. All right, y'all. Hey, let's do this. Let's go ahead and what we'll do. Let's go ahead and do news with Syracuse Mike. We'll come back on the other side and move on into this show, man. Appreciate y'all again. Thank you so much for coming back to us. Let's go ahead and do it. Here we go.
News team, assemble!
It's time for the Week in News with Syracuse Mike.
The House Oversight Committee has released files from Jeffrey Epstein's estate, including what Democrats call a racy birthday message, allegedly from President Trump. The letter, posted online, shows a drawing of a woman's body with a note about, quote, a wonderful secret Mr. Trump supposedly shared with Epstein. Most news outlets have not been able to confirm the letter. The White House says the president neither wrote nor signed it and plans to keep suing the Wall Street Journal for reporting it. Democrats say the files point to a cover-up. President Trump continues to say he did not write or sign that racy birthday message to Jeffrey Epstein. The letter, released by House Democrats, was posted online this week. Epstein. Most news outlets have not been able to confirm the letter. The White House denies that the note came from the president, but would they support a review by a handwriting expert? Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt says,
Sure, we would support that. And in fact, I have already seen many forensic analysts of signatures coming out. I believe it was the Daily Signal that published a piece with 3 separate signature analysts who said that this absolutely was not the president's authentic signature. And we have maintained that position all along.
Leavitt says the president did not write or sign the letter. That's why he's suing the Wall Street Journal for originally reporting the story. A federal judge has temporarily blocked President Trump from removing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. The ruling is an early setback for the White House in a legal fight over the Fed's independence. Cook denies Trump's claim of past mortgage fraud and remains in her post. Former Vice President Kamala Harris is pulling back the curtain on one of the biggest political decisions of the last election. In her new memoir, 107 Days, Harris admits she now regrets not urging President Joe Biden to step aside before his 2024 re-election campaign. Harris writes that she and others kept saying it's Joe and Jill's decision, calling it reckless in hindsight. Harris says she feared telling Mr. Biden to quit would seem self-serving. An excerpt released to The Atlantic ahead of the book's September 23rd launch also criticizes how Biden's team treated her before and after he exited the race. Atlanta's historically black colleges and universities briefly went on lockdown Thursday after an unspecified threat. Clark Atlanta University, Morris Brown, Morehouse, and Spelman all issued shelter-in-place orders late Thursday morning while campus and Atlanta police investigated. Spelman was not threatened directly. The incident mirrored similar security responses at HBCUs nationwide, coming a day after Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. President Trump is sending the National Guard to Memphis. Mr. Trump called the city deeply troubled and vowed to fix it like he did in Washington, D.C. Tennessee's Republican governor welcomed the move, while Memphis Democratic Mayor Paul Young pushed back.
We're seeing double-digit percentage reductions in crime across the board, and I believe that what we should do is double down on those strategies that we know work.
Memphis is a majority black city.
You know, I only feel bad for the HBCUs and for the parents and for the young people who are trying to attend school, get their degrees, for all the foolishness and the targeting that they're getting out of nowhere, and definitely not deserved. You know, my thoughts and prayers go to the HBCUs. You know, the folks who are attending school as well as their family and their friends. It's just not necessary. You know, that's really all I have to
True.
say. Y'all have any other thoughts?
No, I absolutely agree. And between that and then I just saw something in the news the other day where the orange peel is trying to take away $350 million from HBCUs. You know,
Yeah.
his first target was, okay, Harvard, because didn't let me and my son in. You know, it's almost like, you know, the kid that doesn't get their way on the playground. So, you know, there's so much out here, and some conspiracy theories, I think, have some validity to them. But, you know, all of a sudden, whenever there's something that comes up about this Epstein mess, there's always something else that comes along to distract the news cycle to take his connection to Epstein out of the headline.
Yeah.
So, you know,
agree.
it was, you know, the other situation with the young man that got murdered. I still see that as a mafia signal when it's, you know, someone close to you. You just figure it out and you fill in the blank. And now this whole thing is going on. So, you know, it's almost like we're just being stomped, beat up, and whooped all over again.
Yeah. Just so many distractions, man. There's so much to talk
Yeah.
about. Honestly, I let I'm coming to you, Vi. Yeah. I just allow Mike to cover most of this in the news. Go ahead, CC. What you got? Unmute yourself, man.
Racism at its highest because they don't want to see blacks succeed. They want to find any kind of reason they can think for black success. Like the guy who got killed. A black man didn't do that. We haven't even said anything. We have never said that we're going to kill anybody or start a war. Who said they're going to start a war? White supremacists. And why they want to start a war? Because we are succeeding in life. Everything they have done to put a roadblocks in us, we have found a way to succeed anyway. Like the guy who talking about D.E. Hyde when he got killed, from understanding, he failed community college. So who are you to say that we are not smart and not successful? It's just another way. They're trying to find any kind of way they can to stop and see, but they don't realize we've been enslaved, we've been demoralized. We're going to succeed no matter what, because we used to.
Yeah.
Y'all not used to it, but that's the problem is, y'all not used to it. We are used to it. So bring it. That's all I'm going to say, because we're going to succeed no matter what.
Yeah. Talib, you got any thoughts?
We've been battle tested and we survived.
Yeah. Talib.
I'll hold my thought. I'll hold my thoughts towards the end. But really, man, this is this is just you know, it's like I keep saying the same thing over and over again. It's the hypocrisy of it all.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's all I got to say.
I got you.
Right.
And you know, one thing related to what you're saying, and we're going to go to break. You know, a lot of this, and it's why I'm not really spending a whole lot of time on this, because a lot of this is performative. Okay. You know, when I do the podcast, we come here and do it every week. We're not just coming here to perform and just say stupid shit so we can get likes and clicks and all that. I mean, bottom line is we report the news. We come in with a credible news source, and we follow up on Syracuse Mike, who is a journalist. You know, by the way, Mike does credible news, and then we talk about it. I mean, we're not making stuff up. You know, we have our conspiracy theories, but a lot of these folks who we don't even talk about on the show, and we've never talked about on the show, they're performative. They have been out here to grow following so that they can achieve power. That's what this is all about ultimately. And I'm not talking about just one individual because it's this week. And get paid. So ultimately, this whole thing is about power and money. And, you know, ultimately, you don't know what caused whatever rift in anybody's circle. Not going to go specific, but ultimately, I agree with you, Vi. It's an inside gig. It's an inside deal. If you said it or Tanya B, I think it's an insider. I'm going to leave it at that. All right, hey, let's take a quick break. Let's come back and do T. Come back on the other side. Here we go. All right, y'all know what time it is.
Now then, children, it's
Oh,
time for tea.
Lord.
It's tea time, y'all. Sipping the tea with Tanya B.
Let's go on and do it, Tanya B. What you got?
Really? Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is award shows. And I still say nobody really cares about them anymore, as evidenced by, last week's MTV. I didn't even know they still had the Video Music Awards, so they don't really represent people of color anymore anyway. But I'm sure you may have heard about Jermaine Dupri calling them out for sidelining Black artists. And, they gave almost a dozen slots to what we call like random, really Caucasian people. But the thing is, MTV really has never been about it. So are we surprised that this is still happening? I am not. You get those social media influencers up there, and that's who they're going after in terms of capturing their audience, because nobody watches these shows anymore. So yes, Jermaine Dupri's comments went viral, but the thing is, this is nothing new. I think they tried to be down with the people when it was cool to be down with the people during the Michael and Janet Jackson, that era. So say maybe the 90s into the early 2000s, and then, when Beyonce and Destiny's Child came into the fold. But aside from that, I mean, have they really ever been about people of color? And my answer to that is no. I mean, really,
hey, not until CBS threatened them with Michael Jackson, and things started shifting, and then they started doing hip hop. But let me say this though, Tanya B. When I saw Mariah Carey getting the R&B whatever the Vanguard Award, I said, and plus it's kind of obvious when they do stuff like that, somebody's got a new project. So
she's got a new album coming out, right? She hasn't had a hit, since. Yeah, and that's why.
And then I heard her sing with Bustin', and I said, "Oh Lord, here we go." But anyway, the big thing, and I know you're going to mention it, the effort that she puts in now, and I know she's of a certain age, but
the lack of effort, you mean, right?
Huh?
The lack of effort.
Well, that's what I mean.
Okay. I'm just checking.
I say the effort, and it's like plug in
but
lack
of. She was never that chick. She didn't have a dance like Mary J. She didn't have a dance like Janet. That was never her thing. If you look at her when she first hit, she was standing there like she still stands there today. The heels are so high, she really can't move. And she looks like a mannequin. She should
but
be a robot.
Ellie the elephant, she needs to let Ellie the elephant from the Liberty stand in and do Mariah. Ellie throws down. Now Ellie.
Look, I'd rather see a little Kim dance, the slip and duck. I'd rather see a little Kim dance and see that. But yeah, Mariah is
they
a
let
singer.
Mariah sing because that's kind of slipping too. And I'm sorry, the Lambs are going to be coming.
No, it is. You know what? Bring it. Because I mean, and I said this before. And shout out to late great Betty Wright, who was whistling before Mariah, and who worked with her, and then refused to work with her anymore because Mariah wouldn't stop drinking. So I'm sorry, did I say Mariah wouldn't do what she needed to do to keep that ring? So now it's been passed on to Ariana Grande.
I'm saying call Ellie. Did y'all see Ellie do the Mary J tribute?
Oh yeah, I did.
Put it down. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
She was never. She's a singer. She's not an entertainer. She's not a performer. You will never see her fly across the top of the stage like Chris Brown. She don't dance like Janet. She can't do a Mary dance. I see Mary does a Mary dance in heels. That's just not who Mariah is. She's a singer. I guess she never was a member of the Rhythm Nation, and that's why she doesn't dance.
And you know what? It's not even about the dancing, though, Tanya B. Sometimes it's just, I mean, it's like, what do you call it? You remember what was the old classic Hollywood movie, Sunset Boulevard?
Okay.
And the star that it was kind of, you know what I mean? It's kind of like she's being held, and the guys are holding her, and you know what I'm saying? It's just,
you know what it looked like? Weekend at Bernie's. Okay, think about it.
Damn.
That was some Weekend at Bernie's.
Damn.
Okay, they just propped her up
with some sunglasses on her. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
exactly.
Next?
So,
what you got?
I gotta say one more thing. I say she got the Video Vanguard Award. She said, "What took you so long?" But the thing is, Mariah was always known to be difficult. She wouldn't show up. She'd get to the front door and decide she didn't like the door, so she turned around and go home. And that was something that I experienced with her during the course of my career. But the other thing is, why do artists of color feel like they need MTV to validate them in any way when, again, they've never been about us.
Yeah, I agree.
So why not be validated by, people who look like you that can really appreciate you? And with that said, I'm going to say this about Busta Rhymes. I love me some Busta Rhymes. And I would venture to say, because he's been in the CBS family so long, and Les Moonves adored LL Cool J. In the CS, whatever that show he was on, NCIS is over. He's not hosting the Grammys anymore. So this is what I'm sure he cut a deal with them. I'll host it if you make that. Let me give this Rock the Bells award, to his boy Busta. And I would just say this: we all know the legend that Busta Rhymes is. These young kids do not care. He went to Hot 97 Summer Jam like Redman and Method Man. The people went to sleep.
Yeah.
And it was. I think had he not had those younger artists out there with him, the relevance would not have been what it is. Not to take anything away from it, because you think about the videos he put out back in the day, like Woo-Ha and Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. He really has not been given his due. Was this the place to get it? I don't know. We can talk about that for long. We can talk about the red carpet.
I got a thought about today's hip hop, and I'm gonna leave it at that. What you got next? I know, okay. Khalid, maybe at the end jump in, but go ahead.
Yeah, and it's just like they were talking about this chick Tyler. Tyler has come over here from Africa, and she decided she's not black anymore. And they told her, "Okay, girl, you can go back." Sierra is always stunning. I got even as messy as she can be sometimes. I got to give it up to Doja Cat and to Summer Walker, for how they owned the red carpet. Okay, so that's that. And then one other thing was, you notice how when a lot of these new artists come out, and like the Sabrina Carpenters, and even look at Lady Gaga, they are very much advocates of the trans LGBTQ plus community. And it's interesting because in some of our R&B and hip hop spaces, and who was it? I think Young Thug made a comment recently. A lot of that community is still very phobic about not just LGBTQ and trans. They have a lot of phobias about them. So when you see these artists like a Sabrina Carpenter, in my opinion, come in and like Lady Gaga and some others and embrace this space, it seems to take precedent. But then you got people like Patti LaBelle who've been embracing that community since back in the 70s, but she doesn't get her due for that. There are so many artists that look like us that do that. And then one other thing I got to talk about, the Ebony Power 100. Well, first of all, Ebony used to be the Powerhouse magazine, not so much anymore. It almost shut down twice, even online. But they've leaked this so-called this list, and what's interesting is, I'm just gonna put it out there: the man who owns Ebony magazine is like best friends with my former employer. I'll say it, Matthew Knowles. Interestingly enough, all of his entire family has been on this list. Not that they don't deserve to be, but it just looks a certain way. And when they do this big thing, they do it. It's not televised. It doesn't get a whole lot of press. So you don't, name somebody who was on that list for the last 5 years. Yeah. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So It's a shame that, this list doesn't get, we try to show some love to our own, but it's not at the same level. And until we create our own, with BET gone, not that I'm crying, or Soul Train Awards gone, not that I'm crying. For me, Argentina, we have to create our own. So that's just
I think if they can do it digitally and do it the right way, I think it's
there
cool.
You go.
You still have to be there. Still needs to be a recognition, and a lot of the recognition. I'll be honest with you. You have to kind of kiss the butt of the industry to get these recognitions anyway.
Right.
And a lot of these artists just feel like they don't have to, especially now that they don't need the labels, or they don't need. Right. You can distribute. You own your distribution. So they don't care, and quite frankly, awards don't mean much anyway. Because
they don't have the power, the influence, and the prestige that they used to. It's just another doorstop that you take on.
Yeah, because you think of this, and y'all jump in if you disagree with me, but people can give awards, and in a lot of cases, the awards are, I hate to use the word again, it's performative. It's intended to keep the award giver and their organization afloat. But for the most part, it's political. So the awards don't really mean that much anymore because people can say, look, I got the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about it because I got the people. If I got the people, why I need you? That's your
Without
award.
your award, your
well, I need-
award is
I got the people. So there you go. Go ahead. What you got next?
One other thing I talk about now, I think I am one of the last people that will actually sit down and watch SNL.
No,
or
I still
report it when
watch.
I'm not at home. Okay, well, you and I do. And it has changed over the years. But the most recent cast, like when they had, I love Devin Walker. I think he needed more time to develop. But he said he left. He said, y'all act like we died when we leave the show, and everything must change. But he did make a conference to it. It could be a toxic environment. And you get in there. Those people work like 6-7 days a week, 12-hour days. That's a lot. That's a lot to do. And when you work that hard and you pitch a sketch and they don't put it on the show, and after so many rejections, you probably get disillusioned. So, it is time to move on. I think that people look at that as like the be-all, end-all show, but I think it really is just a training ground for the next project. And, all we've got left now is Michael Che, who, is always threatening to leave. Kenan Thompson's going to be there for 25 years because he's not going to rock the boat because Lauren Michaels, I think, is always going to look out for him. There are certain people he's always looked out for, like Tim Meadows and some of the others. You've got Marcelo Hernandez, one of the first, and Ashley Padilla, one of the first Hispanic cast members. You've got Bone Yang, who's the first, I believe, full-time, not, Asian and, completely out Asian character. But then, like this year, not a lot of, I don't think any of the new cast members look like us, but I'm really upset because I love me some Miss Eggy, and that's Ego Odom, who after 7 years is leaving. And it's interesting, she was just really breaking out because I loved her, the Miss Eggy that she started doing, it went viral. And even when she was cursing, it's like I think they purposely did not hit the delay button. That's another story. But again, she's got a lot going on. She's got, what's that? Poker Face on the Peacock Network, which is still NBC. Okay. She's in that Mr. Throwback series, which I think is hilarious. Doesn't get enough credit. Does not get enough credit. The Steph Curry one, and then she was in this film called Little Brother. So I think she'll be okay, and I think Ego will probably show up on somebody's sitcom somewhere in America. I wish her the best, but she will absolutely be missed. And I'm trying now to find a reason to keep watching. Aside from watching Michael Che on Weekend Update, I don't know. There's not much more for me to.
I honestly wish it would go
look
away.
at.
I'll be honest with you. I wish
Everything
SNL,
had its moment.
I think
It's time.
SNL, for the sake of the legacy of what it used to be, I think it should go away. I think they need to announce that this upcoming season is going to be the last season.
Like,
and be done.
they should have done it at 50, and if anything, just like they do now, just put it on Peacock and stream it. Because
Why,
if
you
you think
agree?
about it,
No, you're muted,
the,
Vi.
thi- the things I want to see are the old sketches, like the old Eddie Murphy, and people forget Damon Wayans was on there, and
Yeah, but I'm gonna stop you there. Vi, you think it should continue?
No, not really, because they're not funny. They're not funny anymore.
it's not. No.
All they paying for now is making jokes of President Trump.
Yeah. Talib, should they continue?
I'm still a fan. I'm still a fan. I think that they've had some very good skits over the last couple of years. I like the cast that they've had for maybe like the last 3 or 4 years. I think that some of the skits they're coming up with, it looks like Kenan's having a little more juice and say so in what they've been doing.
Yeah.
I think the writing has been pretty. I mean, look, let's be honest. When Saturday Night Live came out, it starred the not ready for primetime players.
Yep.
Right? So they said it in the name. We're not ready for primetime.
But when was the
once
last time they
get
used
ready
that
for
name?
primetime,
Was the last
well,
time
I
they-
mean, but
it went out with
doesn't matter.
Belushi.
But that set the standard. That set
Okay.
the standard for who we're talking about, because as people move more towards the prime time, they leave Saturday Night Live and they do other things. So, I don't think we should lose SNL as a training ground, because really that's what it is. And we still have it's still capable of producing breakout stars.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing. I go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this. I think if not end it, take away or at least shift the power away from Lauren Michaels. You know, I think there's just time for new leadership because Lauren Michaels really controls the show. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
so I think if you're not going to end it, at least put somebody at the top who can keep
some new
it
energy.
consistent.
Yeah.
You know, I agree with you. I think, you know, there've been some breakout skits, there've been some breakout cast members, but you know, it's never as bad as when Chris Rock and the guys came in who got fired all one season. But
Right.
but still, it's just you just never know what you're gonna get. I will agree with you. You're right, Talib. There have been some really funny moments, some really viral moments. You know, I watch it, but sometimes I just don't feel like watching it live. I just watch it later on demand, or I just watch the YouTube clips. You know,
Yep.
I need
Fast forward.
I need a show.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll be honest. I need a show that makes me want to watch this as when it comes on. Okay, that's it. Go ahead. I'll let you finish the tea, Tanya B. Go ahead.
Do
ahead,
we
Talib.
even have shows like that? Do we have shows
I
like
mean,
that
let me
anymore?
tell you. I'm
You
gonna
know
talk
what I mean? Like, I don't
when
want-
Tanya B
Let's-
finishes the
hold on.
tea. I'll
Okay,
mention
okay,
a couple.
okay.
I'll mention a couple.
Okay.
I'll jump
Well, no,
back.
we
I'll
used
jump
to
back.
remember we used to have Fridays back in the day. Fridays is gone. Mad TV is gone. You know, and I think Saturday night is and like this. And I say this, and I think I mentioned this earlier. You know, you get attached to these characters, and then they leave. This is a training ground. You know, except for Kenan Thompson, nobody has stayed there that long. But they usually
Right.
take you were prepared. Like they come from Second City and places like that. So Second City is like elementary school. When you go to college, then you go to SNL, then you graduate and you go on. But one thing I will say, I think one of the things that is kind of holding this show together now is the head writer, and that's Michael Che.
Well, I'll say right now. You know, you mentioned all those shows. They never eclipsed or got close to SNL. SNL was always the gold standard.
Right.
They
I
were
just
the
don't-
poor man's SNL.
I just don't feel that gold standard anymore. And that has nothing to do. I love the political side of it. I want them to continue to do it, but do it well. You know what I mean? The other thing is, I just don't think they're the gold standard anymore. I think they're good, but they're not the gold standard. They don't now. They're not breaking any ground. It's just like, okay, Apple came out with this big announcement this week, okay, about the new iPhone 17 and new devices. Apple's not good. I mean, Apple, that doesn't excite me anymore because they're not breaking ground. Does it make sense to you that all they're doing now is just coming out with something new? You know, but it's not. You know, it's
right.
It's not the iPad. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, yeah, it's not the iPod. It's not the iPhone. It's not the iPad. All it is oh, we're upgrading. It's an upgrade, like a seat upgrade on a plane. We're going to take you from coach to middle, not even to first class. We're taking you to the middle of the plane. We're not even taking. Go ahead. So that's what SNL is like. Come on, break ground. Do something that's going to be, you know, provocative and innovative. What are you going to do? I mean, we're just getting an upgrade, possibly quote unquote an upgrade every year, but it's the same shit.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that. Hey, Tanya B, you got it.
One other thing
I got a couple of things I want to mention so we can wrap. Go ahead.
Okay, one quick thing is November 8th, you know, there's that show Crush that Tracy Morgan did. It was supposed to be on NBC. It's a spinoff of The Neighborhood, the Cedric the Entertainer show. It's going to be on Paramount Plus. There's 8 episodes, and he's got another show that's coming on in 2026. So let's support that. And Issa Rae, Being Seen and Heard, is a documentary that's on HBO about the history of Black folks on TV, which is very interesting. I don't know that she is reinventing the wheel, but it's good that we have a history to encapsulate what we've done over the years, going all the way back to the Amos and Andy, but the groundbreaking.
So she's producing this or directing it?
Yeah, no, she produced. Yeah, if we look in Diane Carroll, you know, with Julia, and you know how we moved on up from the Jeffersons. That should be interesting. One other thing I'm waiting to see is, you know, we always said this. Chris Brown on the personal side is messy as all outdoors, but you cannot take away. You know, he's one of the few entertainers with these kids out here now just walk back and forth and scream and kick and curse. He is actually an entertainer. The Breezy Bowl was doing well. I can't take his talent away from him. Now, I'm not talking personal. I'm talking his talent. So now that he's actually doing and selling out these stadiums and arenas, and there's going to be a documentary. It's 3 parts. It's part documentary, it's part behind the scenes, and part performance of the Breezy Bowl. So I'd watch that.
Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Hey, appreciate the tea. The thing I was mentioning, I mean, it's just like right now, y'all. And I saw this, a couple of other folks online are watching Alien Earth. And I'll be quite honest with you, you know, I mean, I know not everybody's into that genre, but it's groundbreaking. I mean, and of course, Alien's been around a long time. And that's why, because these are the kind of that genre and that concept has been around, since 79, going back to the first Alien. But they found a way to make it fresh. They brought in a new writer, the guy who did Fargo, the same guy who did the Fargo series, who was critically acclaimed, put him at the lead, and now people are like waiting every Tuesday for this thing to come on. And I think that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to look for somebody. It doesn't mean maybe the whole thing goes away, but at least put somebody at the top who can reinvent it. It's just time for reinvention.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm saying I'm not going. Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. The whole thing. I mean, you have to keep things fresh. You know, otherwise, because the real of it is that we tend to move away from things very quickly these days.
Yeah.
You know, where at one point you could ride a hit song for, you know, a year, 2 years. Now you've got about 2 months, if that much. You know what I mean?
True.
It's
You're
just
right.
we're consuming so much right now. So in a situation like that, you have to be able to constantly change some things up, change things around. If you are going to be the training ground, that's great. Just make sure that
but you know, how old is Lauren Michael? And I'm not an ageist. What, 80?
Yeah.
But you know, my point is, he's getting his advice from somebody else. He ain't in the culture.
Right.
So I'm just saying, you know, I think it's just time for somebody else at the top. He can still own it, but maybe it's like that. But I hear he's hands-on. I hear he's very hands-on. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hey, y'all, let's go ahead. One more thing I got to mention, and we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Beyond the Gates. Again, thank you, Robinson. Keith D. Robinson.
Keith D. Robinson.
I'm not gonna call him Keith D. Robinson. Thank you, Keith, man. If you're listening to this right now, you know, in a lot of cases, people don't get to the end of the week. But if you listen early, if you're like a Sunday or Monday listener, on Monday the video drops for Forever Bay, and on his platforms, and on Tuesday, Forever Bay will actually air Beyond the Gates as part of the episode, somewhere within the episode. And I'm gonna leave it at this. I'm not gonna go into one of my rants and raves, dude. You in trouble?
Wait,
I saw the previews.
You in danger, girl.
No, he in danger. Because dude, Forever Bay better hit you a home run. Because
I think he's doing that to make up, to what he did with the wife. Now, I don't want no spoiler alert, but you know what I mean, Tommy.
Trouble. All I got to say. That's all I got to say. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Tanya B, what you got? You got some shout outs?
Yeah, well, you know, I want to say shout out. I was looking through some of our old comments. I want to say shout out to our guy, KW. If you're listening, thank you for rocking. You've been rocking with us for quite a while. And KW, I do not want my own podcast. Thank you very much. I'm fine right here.
Give it up,
really,
KW.
I'm not leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, give up to KW. Yeah.
What else you got? Got anything else?
You know, usual. Shout out to my mom and my family in the DMV. Shout out to all the crew in Boston that support the show. Don't forget, before we go, hey, get your tickets now. Do 25 and 25 because we're going to go up in 26, maybe not. But please support the show. Share, subscribe, and tell your mom and them about it.
Yep. All right, Talib, what you got, man? Got any last minute shout outs?
No last minute shout outs. Just I really just want to say, please miss me with all of this left and right talk. You know, I think we really need to start moving away from these vague descriptors of things at this particular time. I think we need to really start looking more towards what are the issues that we are discussing, and are you for this issue or are you against this issue? You know, because that man was definitely he wasn't a moral man. He wasn't a martyr. He was a man, and man is fallible, and we have to remember that man is fallible. So we need to start looking at what these people are standing for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get that off my chest with all this crap that we were
Good stuff,
subjected to this week. You know what I mean?
I agree. I'm with you. Bob, what you got?
I want to talk about our great president, Donald Trump. I don't understand how people are not making a big deal when the reporter asked him what he's going to do to get this, what can we do to get this country back together again? And his answer was, this is going to get me in trouble, but I don't care. How are we not making a big deal about that? This is the president of the United States, and he does not care about getting this country together, and that's supposed to be his main job, to get this country together. But he said he don't care, and we just glossed over it.
Yeah.
I'm just glad he's being honest. That's finally the first honest thing that I really heard him say yet.
Yes,
you
I
know
agree.
What I mean?
Yes,
but
I
that
agree.
Is so scary. The president of the United
Not from him,
States
it's not scary.
But wait, did you ever really think he felt any other way? Let's call a thing a thing, y'all.
I wouldn't know he felt that. But my thing is, why isn't the country making a big deal of it?
They voted for him. That's why.
Say it,
yeah,
he don't care. He
and neither do they.
We already, most of who are black, who care about blacks, know he don't care. But for him to say it,
yeah,
I'm going, wow, he actually said he don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm with Talib. At least he's telling the truth now.
Right, and he has nothing to lose by saying what he said. Let's
That doesn't
call
make him
once again.
likable, but you know.
And it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. But let's look what we're dealing with here. Okay.
Yeah.
He tell one truth and 1,000 lies. This was his one truth of the year.
I got you. Hey, we got to wrap. Go ahead. Say your last line. Go ahead, bye.
One more right. I am military. I am tired of him getting these folks who are dying who have not served this country or done anything for this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy who got shot, I hate that he got shot. It was wrong. But he does not deserve anything that a military person would get who died for the country.
Right.
He does not. He does not.
I'm going to leave it at that. All right, y'all, scan the QR code on our logo if you're watching. It is up in the left-hand, right-hand corner. If you're watching, it's in the left-hand corner. All of our social media has the links. You can go there. Links are definitely at castropolis.net. You can go to castropolis.net. You can view us. You can actually get the episodes, all the episodes. Also, you can use the people poll. If you want to shout back out to Vi, you can go to the people poll. and
shout it by.
Or just say, hey, Vi,
we
love you. We love you, CC. If you could just say, we love you, CC. You could go there to the voice message.
All right.
Spotify, make sure you follow us, y'all. Get the Spotify app. And again, escape the drama, man. Thank you so much for all the support on Velvet Frequency Radio. We appreciate you. Those of you who are checking it out, man, it's free. We've got a Facebook page. We're on Instagram. And you know what it is, the best R&B journey from the 70s to today. Saturdays and Sundays, of course, right now as we tape, it's the Velvet Tailgate. So you get a little bit of everything. As a matter of fact, I heard some Pete Rock and CL Smooth this morning, right before I heard we reminisce,
real hip hop, hip hop.
You know what I'm saying? So we heated up with that, and don't forget Saturday nights, Club Velvet. Check it out, y'all. So you can hit the Live 365 app. Or again, just go to castropolis.net. We are there 24/7. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Episode 283. Tanya B, thank you. Vi, thank you. Talib Shabazz at work. Up in the where you up in the storage room? What is that, kind of like the electric room?
Yeah, this is the motor control lab.
That's what I'm saying. If they piss you off, you just go in there with an axe.
Right. Man, I just tell them, hey, touch that button right over there for me real quick.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. And with that, y'all, episode 283 is in the can. Y'all have a great week, man. Regardless of everything that's going on, find a way to have a great week. Ted, Dr. Ted, we counting on you, man. Come on now.
Yeah. Fight the power.
With
Fight the
that,
power.
peace and power to the people. Have a great week, y'all.
06.
All right.
I'm gonna have to edit that out.
06.
Let it run. Let it run.
No love for the Alphas.